guys. Okay, why I'm laughing. First, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another grocery haul and meal plan video. You know, it's like one of those things you gotta laugh because, for one, I still have my slippers on. I'm heading out to get my grocery order. I'm still home. I could run in and get my shoes, but I thought, you know what? I'm just doing grocery pickup. Not a big deal. But it's just like, what the heck? I still have my slippers on. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going in anywhere right now. I have to go to a Safeway later to pick up a few things. So here's what's going on in my life. You guys know things have been kind of tough, and then it's just like you get one hit after another. But a refrigerator fan decided to quit yesterday. It was starting to make some really loud, obnoxious, terrible noises starting on Wednesday, I think. And I was like, oh no, like I host Thanksgiving and like I have all this food, and most of the food was in the other refrigerator, but you know, a lot of it was in our main refrigerator too. And it held steady. Like we were like, okay, maybe it's just making a loud noise. There's nowhere in town for us. We live in a small town. We cannot get those kind of parts like locally. So it's literally like you have to order them online. So we ordered a part, and then yesterday it completely like stopped. So we have a second refrigerator. However, it's the one that my stepson and his girlfriend use because they buy and cook their own food and stuff. Luckily, they were only using like one shelf and all the door shelves. So I have 2 shelves in there I can use. So because of that, I didn't want to buy a ton of like refrigerator stuff because I mean, there was already stuff in my refrigerator that I did not want to lose. So I literally like have like this small little shelf, because by the time I put my husband's milk in there, which we have to buy all new milk because it was not good, by the time that I, you know, buy him a couple gallons of milk and then just like his meat and stuff for the week, there's not going to be much room. So what I'm going to do is this week, I'm just making things like as simple as I can. I'm going to just have canned soup and like sandwiches, like some kind of wraps. I have some of those frozen dinners from Healthy Choice. I'll pull those out and show those to you. I ordered one more also for grocery pickup. So I have 3 of those, which I can bulk up with like cauliflower rice and stuff. I am going to make one thing, like a couple things for meal prep. So I'm going to do some mini pot pies. I just can't do a ton of meal prep because I have nowhere to put it. So I'm thinking if I make the mini pot pies, I should be able to fit those in the refrigerator okay. And I'm gonna do some energy balls, which don't have to be refrigerated, I don't think. No, it shouldn't have to be because, yeah, there's nothing in them. And even if they could, they wouldn't take up a lot of room. I could shove them into somewhere. So that's it. So I think I'm gonna add my meal prep onto this video and do a grocery haul / meal prep video. Maybe, I'm not sure. I may do a separate video because I think there was a couple other things that I was thinking about possibly making, but I just can't prep a lot of vegetables, so I literally got cucumbers and that was it. So I can just have cucumbers. Anyway, so it's just going to be it's going to be an interesting week. This part is supposed to be here either the earliest was Wednesday that it would get here. So unless I wanted to pay $30 shipping, but even paying $30 shipping, it still wasn't going to be guaranteed to be here until Wednesday. The only thing with doing the regular, like I did the fast standard, so it was still like $10 for shipping. It was like going to be delivered between 11:30 to like 12:02. And the fast shipping for $30.95 was going to be guaranteed delivery on the 30th. So I'm like, what's the point? You know, I'm not going to pay $20 more if it just happens to show up on the same day. I didn't want to play that play that game. So so you may be seeing this with a meal prep and you may not, but anyway, so that's why I wanted to preface this video for those of you that know that I don't typically buy a ton of processed food and canned food, but it's nice to have on hand for situations like this. I have a ton of stuff in my deep freeze. So that's like I have a deep freeze and my freezer's still working in my refrigerator. It's just the refrigerator part. So, but I don't know for how long. So I am going to pull everything out of the freezer part and put it in my deep freeze just in case. But I mean, I have stuff. Like I have fresh chicken, I have you know, vegetables and things like that all in my freezer, so that's good. That's why I wanted to get some freezer meals and some canned food, and then that way I knew I was set. So anywho, that is where we're at right now. We're gonna go into the grocery haul, and I'll give you a rundown of my entire meal plan while I'm doing my grocery haul, because I don't have that list in front of me. But I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on and why I had more freezer pantry type things than normal, and why my meals are gonna be a little bit blah this week. But then once we get that fixed, and we're going right into lots of, you know, fun holiday recipes and treats and things like that, because we'll be getting ready to start Vlogmas soon. So let's go into the grocery haul. Okay, so this is everything I picked up at Fred Meyer or Kroger. I still have to go to Safeway and get a couple of things, but nothing I need to show you, just a couple of other things I need to get that they did not have there. One of them being shredded lettuce for the power bowls I'm going to make. So as I said, keeping it very simple this week. For my breakfast, I have oatmeal. So I'm going to do oatmeal or maybe avocado toast or just some potatoes. I have to get some hash brown potatoes to have with like eggs or something like that. For lunches, I am going to meal prep some mini pot pies. And these are going to be like using biscuit dough, which if you remember, I made some bubble up taco casserole a while back. So I still have a can of biscuit dough I need to use up. And then I did buy the soups, which I'll show you here in a second, that I will also have for lunches with like a half of a sandwich or just the whole can of soup. For dinners, I have some freezer meals I'm gonna do that because like I said, I could not buy a lot for my refrigerator. So I'm gonna do some freezer meals, which I'm gonna bulk up with some cauliflower rice, which I already have in my freezer. I'm gonna do some BLT wraps. I have some wraps I need to use up. So I thought I would just do some BLT wraps. And then I'm gonna do like the Taco Bell chicken power bowls, which I already have everything for that, except for I did have to buy black beans, and I need to get the shredded lettuce. But I have the chicken, I have the cauliflower rice, so I have all of that. For snacks, I'm going to make some energy balls, so you'll see that probably in this video. I think I'm going to combine my meal prep with my grocery haul, so you'll see that next. I'm going to do some energy balls, and then I'm also going to do some pistachio protein pudding. I haven't had that in a long time. So let me show you what I picked up here. So for produce, I wanted to keep it simple, not having a lot of room. So I did pick up some grapes, some tomatoes. This will be for the BLT, some bananas, some of these baby cucumbers, which I love. And I plan on making my own like ranch dip to use with these. Avocados. And then I also got a large cucumber. These are out of stock very often, so I always like to order a cucumber along with these just in case they're out of stock of these. Green onions for salads. I do have a big thing of spring mix left over from last week, so have plenty of lettuce for salads. For the chicken pot pie, the little mini chicken pot pies, I need some mixed vegetables, so I got these ones. For those breakfast bowls that I may have, I did pick up some potatoes O'Brien. These are actually really low in points. I will have everything popped up here on the screen. I'll have the points popped up here. I think these you can have like almost like 1 2/3 of a cup or something for like only 2 points. It's really good. Speaking of good points, these soups are really low in points, and they're very minimal ingredients, which is really nice. These are all ones I have not had yet, so I like to pick up different ones. But the two I had last week, the minestrone and can't remember what the other one was, but they were both really good. So this is the chicken noodle, and I'll put up here on the screen how much it is for just 1 cup and how much it is for the can, because the can is actually a full serving. So I will pop up both of those here on the screen, but it's 100 calories for a cup. So what I like to do is if I'm just having a cup, I'll pair it with like a half of a sandwich, or if I'm just having the whole can, I usually don't need anything else with it. But you'll see here the ingredients are just very minimal, which is nice. So I got the chicken noodle, and I also got the garden vegetable with pasta. This one is 80 calories for a cup or 170 calories for the whole can. And then the last one is the roasted chicken with rice. And this one's 110 for a cup or 200 for the can. Of course, if you have the whole can, you get more protein, but that's why if I just have a cup, I pair it with a sandwich with meat on it, so then that way you're still getting the protein. For those mini pot pies, I got some cream of chicken soup. The Healthy Request is the lowest as far as in points. And again, I will show that recipe how I'm making those mini pot pies here next. Black beans, this will be for the taco bowls. For the pistachio protein pudding, so you just do like 2 teaspoons or a tablespoon. Some of you can do a tablespoon, depends on how much yogurt you use. I usually do a couple of teaspoons of this into just a plain non-fat Greek yogurt. You can top it with some granola. Another thing it's really good topped with are grape nuts. So you can do that. I don't have any grape nuts, but I do have granola. So that's a really nice snack. So I did pick up some of this pistachio pudding. Only got a few yogurts since, again, I have minimal room. So I have 3 yogurts. I have the Chobani Zero Sugar because these, I believe, are only 1 point. So we have blueberry, strawberry, and vanilla. And then I did pick up some plain non-fat Greek yogurt, a big one because I like to use it in my smoothies. And then also to make any kind of dip or anything. I use it also for sour cream. So I picked up 3 of these just in case I wanted the protein pudding 3 days. And then I just picked up this big one to use for everything else. I'm so glad my Kroger is now carrying the Good Culture cottage cheese because everybody was right. It is definitely the best. So I like to have this as a snack. I either make it like a sweet snack, but I usually like it more as a savory snack where I just do a serving of this with some avocado and like some everything but the bagel seasoning. Really good. And a serving of this is 14 grams of protein. This is one of my favorite lunch meats from Kroger. This is the buffalo style chicken breast. So I'm gonna have this for my sandwiches. Then again, for my either lunches or dinners, whichever one, more likely probably dinners, I got more of these Healthy Choice Zero, no sugar added meals. These are the low carb ones. These are really good. I had 2 of them last week. One of the other like Healthy Choice Power Bowls, which it was like Italian sausage. Again, very good. And I just bulk these up with cauliflower rice. So I just usually open this up, put like a half a bag of cauliflower rice in it, mix it together and put it in a bowl. Really good. So I got the sesame chicken with zoodles, and I don't have these scanned, but I'll put the points on for each one because they all do scan different points. Some of them are 1 point. They're anywhere between 1 to 4 points typically. So this is the sesame chicken with zoodles. This one is 200 calories and how many grams of protein? 18 grams of protein. And again, minimal ingredients, which is really nice. And this is everything that's in them is here on the back. And then I got the tomato basil chicken, which is, I've had this one before. This one is the one that's new to me, is this one. But this one I had last week. This one is 10 grams of protein, or 10 grams of net carbs. This one was 5 net carbs. And this one is 240 calories, and it is 27 grams of protein. Oh, this one I did scan. I didn't scan that one, so this one is 1 point for the serving, which is really good. I think I scanned this one too. This is the carne asada. This one also is good. I did try this one last week as well. This one is 3 points. And this is everything in that one. And this one has 16 grams of protein. And then the last couple of things I got some eggs. So to go with those bowls in the morning, or just have eggs for breakfast. And then this will be the bread that I use. And I know you can get a lot lower point bread. I just prefer when I'm doing just a half of a sandwich. I like this big bread because I really like the whole wheat bread. This is one of my favorites, and it's only 100 calories for a slice. So when you're pairing it with such a low point soup and low point soup, it really is fine because it's like 3 points for a slice of this bread. But again, if you can fit it in your day, fit it in your day. So, and I usually pair this with mustard, so I don't ever, count for that. So you don't really need to count any other points besides this. And then this is only like 1 point. So, oh, I forgot my bacon. So I did get some fully cooked bacon for the BLTs. And again, the only thing I need to pick up is some shredded lettuce for the BLTs and for my power bowls. And other than that, I think that is everything. So let's jump into the meal prep. All the recipes will be linked down below as well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make the mini pot pie. So I have some mixed vegetables here, a can of biscuits, 2 cans of the chicken breast from Costco, and then a can of the Healthy Request cream of chicken soup, which is the lowest in the calories and points. we're going to actually combine all of these together and make ourselves some little mini pot pies. So I'm going to use probably about half of this bag of mixed vegetables, I think, and then just put the other half in the freezer because I don't think I need all of them. First thing we need to do is going to kind of stretch out the dough and spread it in the muffin tin. Now I'm using the silicone muffin tins, which I did spray with cooking spray because sometimes things will stick in it. I mean, definitely not as much as if you didn't use anything, but I just like to use a little bit of cooking spray. But in doing that, it kind of made it a little bit hard. Like these were a little slippery and they kept kind of slipping down, which once I started putting the filling in, it really wasn't big of a deal. But these are the small biscuits also, not like the jumbo size. These are the small ones. So I'm just going to continue putting in the dough. I did notice if I kind of flattened it out a little bit before putting it in there that it did stretch out. And these were a little bit warm because I had them sitting out when I was kind of getting everything ready. So here's the biscuit dough. Now we're going to make the filling. We are going to, again, like I said, use about half of the thing of vegetables, which I did go ahead and let these thaw out a little bit so they weren't completely frozen because I didn't want to make that filling really watery. So I did had to kind of run some water over it to thaw them out. And then I'm adding both of those cans of chicken because I really want to kind of double the protein. But in doing so, you're going to see I have a lot of this filling left over. So I'm just going to kind of chunk up that chicken breast. I love this Costco chicken breast. I know a lot of people don't like canned chicken, but I'll tell you the Costco one is by far the best quality. I love it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. I'm not going to add salt because of that Healthy Request soup because there is some sodium in those soups. And so I'm just going to use just pepper and some of this roasted garlic seasoning from Kinder's, which I absolutely love. And then we're going to add in that can of soup. And we're just going to do the whole thing. I know a lot of people don't like these cans of condensed soup, so you do you. You can make your own homemade chicken pot pie filling, but you guys, sometimes we just need something easy. And because I have no refrigerator this week, I needed something canned. So you just do whatever you want to do. But no shame on anybody who used canned stuff. And I'm just going to I used my 1/4 cup measuring cup, but I probably end up using about half of it. I believe the recipes that I saw for this, they said use about 2 tablespoons worth of filling, which I would say would be accurate because this is a 1/4 cup, so it's 4 tablespoons. And I used probably about half, but I did kind of fill it up a little bit more than what I saw in the recipes that I found on Pinterest, which I will have those linked down below, by the way. And look how much filling I left over. I think it's because I used those 2 cans of chicken, but I do have some crescent roll dough in the refrigerator, so I'm going to grab that here in a second. So these are ready to go in the oven. They're going to go in at 375 for 20 minutes, and just until basically just until everything is heated up and the dough is cooked. So I have some of these 90-calorie crescent rolls, the reduced fat, in my refrigerator. I planned on using them to make them, but I never made whatever recipe I planned on making with these. So I thought, why not? I'm just going to wing it from here, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing at this point, but I figure I can just kind of fold this over, roll it up. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it. I was going to put it on a cookie sheet, but I thought I'm just going to go ahead and put it inside the muffin tin because, and it's not really a muffin tin, but my muffin thing here. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in there because I think that it'll contain it a little bit because I was really worried about it kind of coming apart if I just put it on a flat cookie sheet. So I figured putting it in this muffin container, it would just contain everything. And when it cooked, it would, kind of cook really well around itself. And it did turn out really well. So here's these again. I'm just going to go ahead and put them in that same oven with the biscuit ones, again at 375 for 20 minutes. And then this is what they look like. You guys, look how perfect these turned out. And actually the crescent roll ones ended up being just really fun. I mean, look at that. You just have like a pocket of chicken pot pie. So, and I'll tell you, I had one of each of these. I wanted to try them and they are both equally good. Like I really couldn't tell you which one I like better. I will put here on the screen what the points, calories, and all of that are for the biscuit one and for the crescent roll one. I still have to plug in the ones for the crescent rolls because I didn't plan on that. Next up, we're going to make some energy bites, some protein energy bites. So everything we need for this, we need 1.5 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats, 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. Better if you use like a runny peanut butter. 1/3 cup of honey, which I have some of the keto honey left and also some of the other honey I got from Thrive Market. We're gonna do 1/4 cup of chia seeds, 1/4 cup of flaxseed meal, 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, and then a scoop of protein powder. Now I saw on Sophia Marie D's channel, she made some energy bites not too long ago. I could not find the video where she made those, so I didn't have a recipe, but I went and looked on Pinterest and I found this recipe on Simply Quinoa, which I have been watching her on YouTube for ever, and I really like this, so I'm using her recipe. I will have that recipe linked down below. So you're basically just throwing everything in there. Now, if there's some of these ingredients you don't like, just leave them out, but flaxseed meal and chia seeds have really good things for you. So you get like the omega-3s, omega-6s, something like that. You get a lot of fiber out of both of them. Now, as far as the honey, I ended up having about 1/4 cup of the keto honey, and then I just used up the rest of the other honey. And then we're going to put in the peanut butter. I do believe that a runnier honey may help also, but just to kind of get everything all moistened, but it actually turned out really well. So I have everything in there, and I'm using the Thrive Market stevia sugar-free chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips. Use whatever you like. I think this would also be good if you use some kind of flavored chocolate chips. I did have some cinnamon chocolate ones that I thought about using, but anyway, I plugged this into my tracker as 12. I could have made more, but instead I just made them a little bit bigger because they did end up being like 5 points, which I will have all the points and all that here on the screen. But I just felt like it would be just a really fun little treat, and I think one of them would be plenty because of the points and calories and all of that. And that is my small little mini meal prep and my grocery haul for the week. Next week should be a lot more exciting as I will have my refrigerator back. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.